Werewolves, a classic horror movie villain and cryptid. And yes, they are cryptid. I had to Google that. I mean, in theory, it makes sense why they would be a cryptid, but I still Googled it. But yeah, werewolves. Alright, when I was a wee lad, I always liked werewolves. I don't know, these always just seem like more supernatural versions of the Hulk, you know? I mean, like, he's like one of my favorite superheroes growing up, for one, and two, I've always kind of had like a more draw to the supernatural, you know? Like, one of my favorite shows is Supernatural. I was rooting for this guy before, werewolves, one of the OG monsters. You know, they haven't really been popping in like pop culture or just in relevancy in general in like the past like decade or so, but you can't deny their status as like one of the most recognizable like movie monsters, just monsters in general. You know, so that's that. Let's look at the history. Huh? Oh yeah, baby, we are standing now. Yeah, baby. Turtle over there. If you hear water sounds or bumping around, yeah. Okay, I'm walking around. I'm talking. I'm walking. I'm talking. I'm looking at you. Okay, I might not keep this in. That lycanthrope. I hope I'm saying it right. And literally in the script, I'm saying I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. I think I nailed it, baby. Okay. From ancient Greece, where Wolfman is an individual who can change into a werewolf or therianthropic hybrid werewolf human-like creature, either voluntarily or involuntarily, due to curse or like due to effects, you know. And you know the rest, you know, like triggered by, you know, full moon, can be transferred person to person, kind of like a virus, you know. A la goddamn Derek, goddamn Derek Scott, it says in the script. There we go. Derek, a la Derek Scott from Werewolf, from Teen Wolf. Okay, the werewolf is a widespread concept in European folklore, existing in many variations because of, you know, Christian
interpretations.
European folklore and the beliefs in werewolves existing in the Middle Ages, you know. Yeah, so yeah, basically they believed in werewolves and witches back then at the same time. Yeah. God, we're so dumb. People were so dumb back then. And funny enough, like the witch trials, they had werewolf trials, weirdly, right? I googled that, I was shocked too. The supposed werewolf trials emerged in what is now Switzerland. It was out there killing werewolves. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But let's be honest here, okay? The witch trials back then were mainly used to goddamn, like, get back at chicks for, like, turning them down and shit. Like, come on. Like, let's be honest. See, I was right. I forgot to put this in the script. As with accusations of vampirism and witchcraft, accusations of lycanthropy have been made during some periods of history to kind of denounce personal grievances or political rivalries, or to otherwise just punish or ostracize people back in the day. You know, like certain members of society, from hermits to beggars to suspected pedophiles and serial killers. Werewolf trials were held in parts of Europe from the 15th to 17th century. However, because of the confessions of these people were often made under duress, it's kind of difficult whether or not they were actually committed the crime they were accused of. But anyways, get back to funner facts, you know, let's get out of the realism of it all. The idea of humans turning into werewolves takes root in early Christian and early pre-Christian beliefs as well. That's right, technically, these fuckers are older than the big Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, well, like all of Greek mythology, like, predates him, but hey, you know, he really didn't have to worry about the Greeks. He should have just stayed far away from those Romans. We're back sitting down, baby. I don't know if the audio is good on that. I haven't edited it yet. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. But hey, back to it. In the 2nd century BC, the Greek geographer Pasteliez relayed the story of King Lycon of Arcadia, who transformed into a wolf because he had sacrificed a child on the altar. Hell, even Asian cultures have some werewolf stuff, you know? In common Turkic folklore, holds a different reverential to, you know, the werewolf legend, you know? In Turkic Central Asia, shamans, after performing a long, arduous rites, would voluntarily be able to transform into a humanoid Kurt Adams, literally meaning Wolfman. Since like wolves were like seen as like ancestral animals to Turkic people, they would respect the shaman in that form. Damn, I mean, in Europe they did wolf trials, but you know, it's kind of on brand for Europeans to, like, you know, just murder niggas. But okay, never mind, I digress. But I can go on and on. There's so many like folk tales and beliefs around werewolves and wolf human like things around the world, you know. For instance, in Haiti, Thailand, America, and the Caribbean. I mean, hell, in Armenia, women who commit deadly sins are visited by a wolf skin-toting spirit who orders her to wear the skin, which curses her to acquire a frightful craving for human flesh. The she-wolf devours each of her own children. I'm pretty sure that one's probably just misogyny, but I can't deny that's kind of metal as fuck though. Like, come on. Like, that's some metal ass, like, goddamn folklore shit right there. Like, come on. Hints of misogyny there, you know, like the deadly sentence shit. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm just saying. But, you know, are werewolves real? No, but they are in history books next to vampires, wendigos, witches, and, you know, all the things that go bump in the night, you know. And I kind of find it crazy that, you know, there were possibly people terrified of these things back in the day, but, you know, now it's kind of crazy because they barely entertain people. You know, I'm pretty sure a werewolf movie came out recently that didn't do well. I mean, I know that there's the same dude that made Nosferatu is making a werewolf movie, so maybe they'll add some more fright to these, you know, to these like very old legends of, you know, werewolves or wolf-like human things, you know. I think the classic idea of these folklore-esque like monsters can be scary, but I think the idea of werewolves being scary has like officially died out. I think ever since I was little, I've always been interested in supernatural-esque things, you know, werewolves, ghosts, goblins, ghouls, wendigos. You know, I was basically a mini Dipper Pines. I mean, I was into goddamn conspiracy theories and everything. I mean, I still am, can't lie, can't lie, you know. So yeah, that was some of the history of werewolves. Feel free to fact check me. It's not like I got most of my information from Wikipedia, but give me some grace on that. But yeah, will werewolves ever be able to reach the level of notoriety or just popularity as vampires? I mean, they kind of have, you know, throughout the years. I mean, like, hell, there's always vampires and werewolves in, you know, in tandem with each other. You know, they're kind of like the, you know, the supernatural, like, they're kind of like an ultimate supernatural rivals or some shit. Are werewolves really popular now? No. But you can't deny that they're one of the most iconic horror folklore things of all time. Thanks for watching, and I am